As the world population hurdles towards 7 billion and above, can we sustain our societies? Next on Global Perspectives, we'll talk to a politician and a scientist who thinks the answer lies in education and technology.
This program is made possible, in part, by funding from the UCF Global Perspectives Office, the Global Connections Foundation, and the India Center at UCF.
This is Global Perspectives with Pulitzer Prize-winning commentator John Bercia.
Welcome to Global Perspectives. Do you think you know the India of the 21st century? Think again. India may conjure up images of teeming masses and iconic structures, such as the Taj Mahal, but it is also a rapidly rising power with a booming economy and plans for a Mars mission. Today's guest, former President Abdul Kalam, has been at the center of India's dramatic transformation. An aerospace engineer, President Kalam is known for his work on ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. He has also been deeply involved in India's rocket research and nuclear research and development program. Welcome to the show, President Kalam.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for
Dr.
joining
John.
us here today. Tell us about your presidency. What are your fondest recollections of the time you served as President of India?
Well, I was a president for 5 years, 2002, 2007. When I entered into the Rashtrapati Bhavan, that is President's Palace, I have a roadmap how nation can be economically developed. That is, I had the plan of India 2020 vision, how the country can be economically developed. So I took as a professor, I was previously as a professor before 2002, we have prepared this roadmap. With that, when I went to as a President of India, then I had an opportunity to present the India 2020 vision to the Parliament and also political system, and I marketed the India 2020 vision to the Parliament. They have approved it. So that is the one unique thing I have. I remember that the starting point. The second one, the Rashtrapati Bhavan or the President's Palace, normally it was a place highly intended for certain number of people. I opened the whole Rashtrapati Bhavan as a People's Bhavan. Any number of people, they can visit. At 1 year, there's 1 million people visited because there's a beautiful garden, a beautiful building, and beautiful history, beautiful culture inside the Rashtrapati Bhavan. So I transformed it into the People's Bhavan, People's Place. And third one, my pet project, I had a project what is called PURA, providing urban amenities to the rural area. How 600,000 villages can be transformed into economically developed villages so that India can be developed. This program also, PURA, I progressed when I was the president, and also it has become a national mission now.
Now, you were known as the People's President. That's a very special status. What did that mean, and what did it mean to you?
Well, it means that, 5 years' time, I have met at least 12 million youth of the nation, 12 below 20 years. 12 million, I was traveling, meeting people, whether it's a village or a town or big city, I was continuously moving. So I had an opportunity to meet the youth of the nation. At the same time, I knew what are the dreams of the youth, what are their challenges, what type of challenges they can take it up, so I can transmit these informations. And as I said previously, the President's place has become a people's place also. That's how the people, meeting the people, and seeing that their dreams are appreciated, given a shape to that youth dream, and also welcome the people to the great place of culture, great place of beauty, great place of greenery, so that they own it. The people own the place.
Now, you have many accomplishments. You've written books, you've served as president, you're an aerospace engineer, you've been a professor, but you say the title you like best is the title of teacher. Why is that?
You know, I had a teacher when I was a young boy, 10 years boy, wartime, the Second World War going on. At that time, I used to see in my class, 5th class teacher, in science teacher, his name is Subramania Iyer. He entered the classroom and we used to see the radiation of knowledge from him, radiation of knowledge from him. When he enters the classroom, my teacher, I see radiation of purity of life. And the way he taught, my dream got shaped. What should be my way of life? He is the person, the teacher gave me the vision of my life when I was a young fellow. Now, teacher has got a fantastic opportunity to grow minds, to enrich the minds, and give the dreams to the young people, and nurture the dreams with them, and they will become a great human being. Sometime they will become better than you, but better than the teacher. So that opportunity you have. And also the teacher, like what I am doing, I am a professor, I can also do the research. Young researchers will work with me. That's a great pleasure when they get the PhD.
Now, when you were young, did you think you might grow up to be president one day, or did you have other aspirations?
A good question. Actually, John, it's like this. I told you just now, my 5th class teacher, science teacher, one day he went to the blackboard. He drew a sketch of a bird, and he put a tail, a wing, and a nose, started explaining. Then he took us to seashore, my place, native place, an island, showed how the seagulls, seabirds fly, why they flap the wings, how change the direction. That day, my teacher, the way he taught, he gave me the aim in life, something to do with physics, okay, flight science. I didn't know flights at that time, but he told me you take physics. I took physics, and then I studied aeronautical engineering. Then I became a rocket engineer. Then I became a space technologist. Then I started flying. Flying means in life. I didn't say that as childhood I'll become a president, but I know the aim, great aim, I am working and I'm going to fly. I flew.
You have many issues that you have advocated for over the years. One of them is the concept of world without war. What do you mean by that? And is it, we live in a very, very contentious world. And when people talk about disarmament and world without war, others sort of wonder, is it possible? But you think it is.
I believe we must have a planet Earth, a peace without war. Okay, that is what's my dream. And prosperity without poverty. And greenery without pollution. This is the type of world we must see. Now, hopes are coming in. We had a war now before 1920. Human beings weren't the other was fighting. Then weaponry came 1920 to 1950, like missiles, weaponry, all type of submarines also came 1920 to 1950. 1950, even a nuclear weapon came in the Second World War time. This is a situation. 1950 to 2000, we found that even cyber war is taking a shape, and then nuclear weapon has accumulated 10,000 nuclear warheads. But at the same time, both Russia and the United States, which are having about 10,000 nuclear warheads, both of them put together, they come to the table, discussion table, they sign an agreement, new treaty, New START treaty, and to reduce the weaponry, nuclear weaponry, to half. It's a good sign. Then I happened to meet a saint, Acharya Mahaprajna. He's 100,000 kilometers he walked in his lifetime. And also he's a great thinker and philosopher. One day he called me. He told me one midnight, he said, Kalam, India is a nuclear weapon state, but you have to make, even though you are involved in it, you have to make nuclear weapon ineffective, insignificant, useless, he said. And I said, how to do that? That was a big command. One side, two presidents signing an agreement, we will reduce half. Another side, a saintly person saying we should live in the nuclear-free world. So this is a big challenge has come. So I felt now time has come that we have to promote instead of nuclear warfare, we have to go the economic warfare. What's going to happen? Economic development, competition. And a big challenge has to come to the world powers is just like they had World War I, World War II, and accumulating nuclear weapon. You must have a new challenge. What the new challenge? I thought new challenge is how to harvest solar power from space. That would be the greatest challenge. All the nations of warmongering, they must do the solar power from space. They should work for it, and the nation join together. Their economy push to that. They not only we get the power, clean power, we get a livable earth also we'll get. This is one of the greatest challenge human beings can think of, for all the nations to work together for a clean earth, beautiful earth, a warless earth.
If we did away with nuclear weapons, do you think people are inside, are they peaceful enough to live in a peaceful world?
No, this is a good question, but I want to tell you they're not. They're peaceful. Even though they are people force them to say, we will come out of nuclear weapons. But this being nuclear weapon used as a currency for a nation's power. Now that means now we are going to the next issue. When we are working for a nuclear-free world, we also have to simultaneously work as good human beings. How do you generate good human beings? That's why I'm pushing an idea, education with value system. Up to age 17, that is 10 plus 2, 17 is boys and girls. They should be given education to value system so that they learn righteousness in the heart, how important.
Now you're a good guy. Everybody says so, and that's another label that you like. What makes you good? How do you feel your work is helping society?
See, I have a feeling whenever I give something, I feel happy. You see, this is you try. That whatever you may have knowledge, you have sometimes better economy you may have. Better, because sometimes you have a kind words you can have. So if you use and make somebody's life happy, that is you are giving, and his or her life is happy, that's a best thing a human being can think of. Then you will get a conflict-free world. That's why I used to say, where there is righteousness in the heart, there's beauty in the character. Where there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. Harmony in the home. Where there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Where is the starting point? Where there is a righteousness in the heart, beauty in the character, harmony in the home, and the order in the nation, peace in the world, all are in one after the other is coming. So where we start the righteous in the heart. That should be taught in the schools for young boys and girls, how important righteous in the heart. And we are good human beings, every nation. Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi. So these are all very great names. So we must teach about them, how they sacrificed their life for slavery, abolition of slavery, another for freedom movement of India. So such things should be taught our children.
Tell us some more about your concept of harvesting solar energy from space. That sounds fascinating, and it would be the end to our energy problems.
See, today India has accepted, the world, not only India, the world is accepted solar power is one of the important resource, particularly terrestrial solar power. But you know, terrestrial solar power in a day, not even 6 hours, some part of the world, not even 2 hours because of the cloud conditions. So the 1/4 of advantage only we are enjoying of the sun radiation of the heat. Imagine we build a huge spacecraft in geosynchronous orbit. 100% of that time, nearly 99.9% of the time, solar power radiates. You generate the energy. Question is, how do you transmit the energy to the earth? That's a big challenge. That is either for microwave transmission or through a fiber optic systems, whether we laser, through the laser communication, whether we can do. These are the options are there. I have suggested in the international forum what is called nano power packages. You design, it is an idea form, nano power packages. It will collect the energy, from solar energy. It will store millions of nano solar packages. Finally, can be brought to the planet Earth and convert into the electricity. So this idea I have put forth to scientific forums. It's a big challenge. So answer to your question, by some harvesting solar power from the space is going to be one of the big challenges. At the same time, our planet Earth will have blessed with the green energy. So two possibilities are there.
And how much more efficient will solar panels have to become for this to be feasible?
The efficiency now 20-30% present system, because our efficiency 15% efficiency solar cell. But what I am thinking is solar cells of nano type of solar cells, and it's called CND based solar cells, and that is going to generate efficiency. Research going on many labs in India and the United States of America, how to improve the silicon cell efficiency to 15% to 50%. So that may take in 5 years' time. Then the efficiency of solar panel in the terrestrial route also will be efficient 50 to 60%.
And then you think it becomes feasible for literally every home in America and India to have solar panels?
Even otherwise, if we produce for India's homes of United States, definitely such a large scale if you produce, even with 15% efficiency, cost will come down.
And if we stop our dependence on fossil fuels, will that also help eliminate some of the tensions and conflict in the world?
Well, it's a business world. Fossil fuel is nothing but a very closed sector of a business world. So you will find all climate forum, climate change, there's a forum, international forum. They would never talk about energy policy. But energy policy and the climate change have to be integrated. Otherwise, we will not get a proper solution. So I will not be surprised. The nation which produce fossil fuel today may go to solar power or wind power or biofuel. Definitely possible. Such a things will happen.
What is your assessment of the whole climate change issue? Is this something that is devastating in its potential? Is it something we can control? Is it too late?
If we look at the last, say, one AD, today 2010, say 21st century, if you plot the type of population has increased, it has increased 7 billion people population increase, 2010, 7 billion people. And also wealth generation also is increasing, has increased. But another important thing happened which is concern for the human beings is the 36 billion tons of carbon dioxide we are generating now because of the people's requirement, 7 billion people requirement, car and power generation. So it is very important for us to understand a carbon neutral cities and also going away from the fossil fuel is a very important commitment for the world nations, and they must take it as a world mission. That's why I have promoted what is called World Knowledge Platform. World Knowledge Platform, the nation come together with core competencies of each nation and fund together, and then we have an international program and to generate solar power from the space.
A lot of this comes back to education, too, the need to inform people, to inspire them about these possibilities. And to go back to your interest in teaching, what is, in your mind, the ideal teaching environment?
Well, teaching environment, teacher does two things. One is he gives knowledge, additional knowledge. He is not providing that knowledge, he facilitates get knowledge. That is, he has to allow the students to learn. The teacher doing the learning process to go. See, suppose I take a class, I give a talk, I give a message of what is the teaching material I give. A good teacher does not give the teaching material alone. He says which is the reference the student should read. He should go to the library, take the corresponding books and refer. That is a great teacher. Now, the great teacher puts the continuous learning process. He helps the student for a continuous process of learning. And also, he is injecting him the research mind. For that, the teacher himself, a great teaching comes only if he or she does a great research. Great research does the great teaching. So research, teaching, research is all interconnected.
And learning, as you said, is a lifelong activity. What is it you have learned in recent years that surprised you or pleased you or inspired you in some way?
I felt you can learn. Everywhere you can learn. See, recently I went to a village in Maharashtra just a month back, Harali village. And this village, about 120,000 people, village people, students, all we met. So after my address, question time, I went on answering lot of complex questions. Suddenly one boy shouted, "Oh Kalam, I am here. I have a question for you." I saw a mother carrying a 17 years boy, physically challenged. His leg is inoperative. His hand is inoperative, 70 years boy. So mother carrying the boy. He said, "Kalam, I am a champion in chess master, but I want to become a world champion in chess." You know, whole crowd, they cheered him. See, I learned their big lesson. If wherever you go, you open your mind. He has a dream. That boy has a dream. He should become a chess master of the world. No? So you are learning. The dream can be any time, any type of situation, you can have a dream in life.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today, President
I am also
Kalam.
very happy. Nice question you asked,
Thank
Dr.
you.
John.
And thank you. For Global Perspectives, I'm John Bercia, and we'll see you next time.
This program is made possible, in part, by funding from the UCF Global Perspectives Office, the Global Connections Foundation, and the India Center at UCF.